With Gears of War E-Day, a prequel that will follow the adored characters Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago during the first battle against the invading Locust Horde, Microsoft and the Coalition have chosen to return the Gears of War franchise to its historical setting. All the beloved elements of the series will present a new mainline entry, along with the brand new experiences and exclusive to the newest hardware of consoles. This is Gears of War E-Day. Hey, what's up guys? Zach here and welcome back to VGL. So today we're going to break down some of the brand new news that we got with Gears of War E-Day, some of the release date speculation, the platforms, as well as the trailers and multiplayer. We've got a ton to go over today. I hope you guys are excited. Before we get started, guys, if you could drop a like on this video, subscribe with your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any future videos. And now let's break it down. Though the fact that some players may be disappointed to learn that Gears of War 6 is not the upcoming game, the fact that the team is sticking to the storyline means that Gears 5 fans who are curious about what happened after the game's conclusion can kind of take a step back and relax a bit. Even the brand director told Xbox Wire that we're super proud of Gears of War 4 and Gears 5 and the stories that were told. We're definitely not retreating from that storyline in any way. We had an opportunity to write our next step, and this one just felt too good to miss out on. The Gears of War franchise obviously has a lot more unfinished business, so here's to all of the information that we currently know about Gears of War E-Day, and while we wait to find out what actually happens in the next story and the future of Gears of War, this is what we know so far. The first trailer for Gears of War E-Day didn't share a release date, but it's safe to assume we'll hear more about this sometime next year. Holiday 2025 seems like a reasonable guess for a release window, but Microsoft has a tendency to announce some games and cinematics extremely ahead of their eventual launch date, so it wouldn't be surprising to see the game pushed back all the way to late 2026. Microsoft also announced Gears of War E-Day with its very first trailer during the Xbox Game Showcase in 2024. Though it doesn't show off any gameplay, it gives us a glimpse of what the prequel stars, younger versions in the series mainstay Marcus and Dominic, as they will be fighting off the very first horde of locusts. The first trailer ends with them staring out over the fallen city filled with emergence holes, driving home the game's focus on the shocking initial assault of the locust horde. And when it comes to talking about the platforms that Gears of War E-Day will be available on, it will be launching on the Xbox Series S and X as well as the PC. There has been some rumors that the series could be coming over to the PlayStation 5 as well, especially as more and more Xbox Game Studio games are making their way to it. We just got the Sea of Thieves that launched on PS5, but as of yet there has been no official confirmation of either company, so I definitely wouldn't hold my breath in hopes that Gears of War E-Day will be making its way to the Sony consoles. There's for sure a lot of unknown variables when it comes to talking about this next Gears of War game, seeing as we just recently got the very first trailer for the next game. There's still a ton of information that's yet to come out, and the longer we wait, the more leaked information and confirmations of the game that we'll get. So a lot of the information that we know as of right yet, it's just very vague. And when it comes to talking about the multiplayer, obviously Gears of War E-Day will have some form of new multiplayer. You can always count on Gears of War to have an equally intense multiplayer component, just as intense as their campaign. Like I said previously, although we don't have any new confirmed information about the multiplayer, Microsoft and the Coalition haven't detailed much of anything about this so far, but both co-op and competitive multiplayer has been confirmed for this exciting prequel, so definitely something to look forward to. I also kind of wanted to cover this article over at gamesradar.com where they're talking about the future of Gears of War E-Day, as well as some of the comments that the director has made, so full credit to gamesradar.com. So the article starts off by saying that Gears of War E-Day director says the new shooter will absolutely be doing more with the linear levels instead of Gears open-ended maps. It sounds like Gears of War E-Day will be a much denser experience. The article goes on by saying that Gears of War E-Day is ditching the Gears 5 open world levels with a more linear experience, and that's according to the Gears of War creative director Matt Searcy speaking to Games Radar during the group interview at the Summer's Game Fest of 2024. The director revealed that Gears of War E-Day, a new prequel game, takes place years before the original third-person shooter. It's set in the city of Kelowna, a brand new location for the Gears of War franchise. The article continues by saying that we've worked on Gears now in our studio for like 10 years. We've got a really good handle on things that work well in Gears, as well as the things that you like and you want to keep pushing and trying. We know for sure that Gears, you know, has a linear epic moments in them. Matt was asked about E-Day taking the series back to its more linear roots. We've done a bunch of them. We know how to do it. Speaking of the linear moments in the Gears of War series, and we will be absolutely doing more of that. So the creative director confirms, pointing out how Gears of War E-Day will be set entirely within a new city, and how the cityscape naturally lends itself to the more linear opportunities. It's going to feel new and also authentically Gears of War at the same time, because we're able to take all the new things that we know were awesome and bring new techniques and expertise as well as a new game engine, all of that. Elsewhere in the interview, the creative director confirms reports to Games Radar that E-Day won't be set over just one day, but over multiple days. It'd be natural to assume that the former, given that E-Day was a singular catastrophic event in Gears of War world, but apparently the new game will focus on Marcus and Dominic as they deal with the fallout of the Locust invasion and not just the initial attack. So now that we've kind of touched on the release date, the platforms, the very first trailer that was released at the Xbox Game Showcase, and talked a bit about the multiplayer, I now wanted to switch over and talk about the Gears of War E-Day storyline, as well as the new engine that the Coalition and Microsoft will be running this new game on. So first, touching on the storyline that Gears of War E-Day will follow, and I do apologize if it seems like I'm just jumping back and forth around topics. There's quite a bit to cover, and I want to make sure that I get all the information out to you guys. So Gears of War E-Day is a prequel to the very first Gears of War title. E-Day is short for the Emergence Day, and it was a day that the Locust Horde first appeared from the underground, starting the total war against humanity. In an Xbox blog post, the game is described as an origin story, which depicts the Locust invasion from the perspective of Gears of War icon Marcus Phoenix, as well as Dominic Santiago. Phoenix and Dom will be featured in this new story, but with no new information surrounding the other characters haven't yet appeared. And talking about the E-Day in the subtitle of the full game, Gears of War E-Day, like I said previously, this stands for the Emergence Day, otherwise known as E-Day. This was a full, swift, full-scale, coordinated, and unprecedented planet-wide assault on the surface, and this was initiated by a subterranean race known as the Locust Horde. 6 weeks after the end of the Pendulum Wars, nearly every major city on the surface of Sarah was attacked by the underground forces from the Hollow. They were using both bioengineered weapons stolen from human technology. All breaches were along the ground line known as the Emergence Holes, and what the campaign of rapid dominance and textbook military invasion took place. There were massive casualties reported everywhere the Locust arrived. Over a quarter of the total human population was killed within the first 26 hours, and millions were reported missing. These attacks signaled the beginning of the Locust War. And this is exactly what Gears of War E-Day will be like. This game is a prequel set before all of the other events of Gears of War, and this is as it's all happening, the Emergence Day, when the Locust first attacked, and how we end up surviving throughout the whole campaigns. The goal of these Locust Hordes was to exterminate the human race and allowing them to colonize the surface of the earth, and that's basically what we're going to be trying to do, is trying to stop them from doing that. So that is the setting of Gears of War E-Day, and now I finally just wanted to touch on the new engine that the Coalition and Microsoft will be running on this new game. So over at xbox.com, they did an article basically breaking down the new engine. So it starts off by saying that from the ground up, key to the Coalition's vision is that another nod to the original game. E-Day won't just be a marvel of gameplay and storytelling, but of technology too. Game development has come a long way since the first Gears of War game, and the Coalition, equipped with the Unreal Engine 5, is prepared to take full advantage of this evolution and set new standards in technical prowess. When the original Gears of War launched, its Mad World trailer was nothing short of a revelation, rendered entirely in-game, and set a new benchmark for what gamers could expect directly from their gameplay experience. A rarity at this time is when the chasm between the cinematic trailers of the actual game graphics were notably wide. Epic Games used their Unreal Engine 5 not only to showcase their confidence in the game's visual and performance capabilities, but also boldly declared the engine's power. The Coalition is honoring this legacy with Gears of War E-Day's reveal trailer, powered solely on the Unreal Engine 5. As well, the full game cinematics and full experience of Gears of War E-Day will be solely built on the Unreal Engine 5. So an absolute ton of information when it comes to the next installment of the Gears of War franchise, Gears of War E-Day. I hope that was easy enough for you guys to follow. I kind of jumped around quite a bit, but I feel that I touched on everything that you need to know about Gears of War E-Day. Let me know in the comment section if I missed something or something else that you wanted to add. Before I let you guys go, if you guys could drop a like on this video, subscribe with your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This has been Zach with VGL. I'll catch you guys in the next one.